that he is one of the best. Thank you. So the Nets starting five. We've got Durant. Griffin is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the 1 spot. And for the Timberwolves, Johnson is out there with Towns. Then it's Russell. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Irving. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
And that one, good.
Guys, that was really nice work mixing in this shot. When Russell is squared up and shooting with confidence, which is most of the time, he can bury it.
Now, here is Irving. Durant with it. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
And he knocks down the first one. And beginning his career at the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Come on. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Irving looking over the floor. Back to KD. Pass to Aldridge. Tipped away. Here's Beasley. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Hustle against Irving. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Johnson inside. Guarded by Harden. Beasley the pass to Towns. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
When Aldridge is in the neighborhood, you've got to be careful shooting it. I mean, proving there that he's capable of blocking shots.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Russell dishes to Beasley. Pass to Johnson. He kicks it to Russell. Clock at 4. Releases from 15. Good as the jump shot falls. Russell's got 5.
And, you know, despite the turmoil Russell has faced early in his career, there you see why he remains one of the league's top young prospects.
Now here's Durant. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson, how he did last season. Averaged 7 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Beasley the pass to Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, a shot's good from Irving.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Russell kicks to Towns, unloads, and that one goes long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
Here's Okogie following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Okogie, the pass to Towns. Hustle against Irving. Takes a shot at the elbow. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pulls it from the elbow. Rebound, Minnesota.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Griffin's shot is off. For Minnesota, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Here's Okogie, defended by Durant. Shot clock at 6. Okogie, the pass to Johnson, shoots from 14. Griffin grabs the board. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2. With some arc, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Griffin.
Yet another hard shot that Harden makes look easy. Amazing at measuring the floating jumper.
Here's Okogie, guarded by KD. Here's Okogie, still looking for his first bucket in this one. There's Russell with the 3. That one misses. Good D by Irving. Durant dishes to Aldridge, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Towns. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against a team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Here's Okogie, guarded by KD. Okogie Timberwolves again can't hit. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's, Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Here's Russell. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Towns. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Towns has got his second basket of the night.
And with the way the game is played nowadays, you want big guys who can shoot the ball.
Wow, that was a strong dunk.
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets.
A moment here to check out Kevin Durant. Coming off a terrific season, 8th in scoring, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Now here's Towns, 5 points in the game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
First free throw is good. And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
Second free throw, no good.
Boy, despite his youth, I love the attitude Towns has because it's infectious, and he seems to have the attributes of a genuine leader.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone, really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Irving, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Pass to Griffin. Elbow shot is on the way. The shot, no good. And Minnesota now the other way.
Hey, yo, get on Russell.
Harden against Beasley. Outside Russell. Here's Towns. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Quick trigger off the catch and shoot. Towns giving the defense no time to react.
Irving against Russell. Here's Harden. They get the rebound. Here's Griffin. And the rejection by Towns. Here's Okogie. And the rejection by Harden. They get it again. Kicks it out to Johnson. There's the pass to Okogie. And it comes off the front of the rim. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Rockets. Here's Durant, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
Minnesota making a switch here. Rubio's checked in. Now here's Towns. He's got 8. Here's Okogie. There's Russell with the 3. Jordan with the rebound. Here's Irving. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got 9 points.
Boy, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. Okogie, the pass to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Russell. A rebound by the Nets. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stand on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Irving. Good D by Rubio. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Okogie. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on James Harden.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Boy, you got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them.
Outside, Towns. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Harden's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
I guess Towns got a little bit of point guard in him. The big fella with a beautiful dime right there.
Nets trail by 3. Now Irving. He's got 11. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Rubio, the pass to Johnson. Down low. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
And here is Durant. The tray. That will count. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after this break. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we can play, we can play big, we can play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like where we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
They've got Towns. Russell is out there with Ricky Rubio. And it's Spellman in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Here's Okogie. Passes it to Towns. There's Russell with the three. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists in the game. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Durant kicks to Harden. From downtown, rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 8 now on the night. There's the feed to Rubio. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Dinwiddie against Rubio. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Dinwiddie.
Calm, cool, collected amongst the big trees inside. Dinwiddie continues to impress from the painted area.
Now, here's Rubio. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston. Pass to Harden. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Harden. Over Russell. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Harden's got his second bucket.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off. Timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And the basket by Rubio.
Clearly caught him off guard with that move. Not the guy you'd expect to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully there.
Rubio against Dinwiddie. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one is on Towns.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quitting this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit, and even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on. And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
Now, here's Rubio. He has 5. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
And on top of their troubles from range, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to be. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? To get to the next level, they've got to answer that question.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 23 points his last outing. And the pass to Durant. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Here's Jordan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Free throw good, Jordan.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
No good on the second free throw.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
There's Dinwiddie after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Dinwiddie against Rubio. Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Russell passes to Okogie. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 5 assists tonight.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong. You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Rubio, the pass to Spellman. Over Harris. Towns trying to get open. Spellman, no good.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Harden against Russell. Dinwiddie with it. And here's Harden for 3. And the Nets miss again.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Pass to Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Over the last few years, I think Harden has fine-tuned his playmaking skills. A threat for double-digit assists every night.
Here's Rubio. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Durant. Towns with the steal. Here's Rubio. 10 points for him. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings. The Nets have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Johnson, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Aldridge is checked in. Now, here's Rubio. Passes to Spellman. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Spellman's got the lead up to 7 now for Minnesota.
Attacking the defense with the pass there, Kevin. Rubio with great vision and no hesitation on the delivery.
Harden inside the 3-point line. Here's Jordan, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Jordan's got 5 now.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Here's Okogie. He's got 8. Outside, Russell. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case. You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
And here we go, the fast break with Dinwiddie. Scoring his 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, dangerous on the fast break. Spencer Dinwiddie So fast and gets up and down quickly.
And the 6'6" point guard Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Now, here's Dinwiddie after D'Angelo Russell's miss. Rubio against Dinwiddie. Inside. Jordan's shot is off.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Rubio against Dinwiddie. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Okogie. And the shot is long. Nets trail by 3. Left side, Durant. Jordan controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. Think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on that?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
And the first one drops.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Beasley's checked in for Minnesota. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Here's Okogie. 10 points for him. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Here is Rubio. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. And he gets the bucket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot.
The Timberwolves have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Minnesota making a switch here. Culver's checked in.
And you think about the two best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. And the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those two guys. Boy, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Johnson dishes to Rubio. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Johnson down low, guarded by Harden. Good work defensively by Harden. To the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Jarrett Culver.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it, too.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Griffin hits them both. And it's Rubio with the ball for Minnesota. 1:58 left to play in the first half. Johnson's shot is off. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Minnesota with the rebound. Rubio outside. And it's Beasley in the corner. Stolen by Harden. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 6 assists in the game.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands, and I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Now, here's Rubio. 13 points in the game. Pass to Spellman. And it's Beasley in the corner. And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Nets. In the corner, Harden trying to break that ice-cold streak, and he lays it up and in. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Rubio against Dinwiddie. Now here's Rubio. He's tightly guarded. Trying to end the drought, and no good on the last second attempt this time.
Yeah, Dinwiddie does a nice job as a defender because he's got such a good motor and stays active in bothering shots.
And so it's Brooklyn heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling my paint.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling. Like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Timberwolves trail by 7. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Irving. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Harden in at the 2 guard.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now, here's Aldridge. Back to Irving. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
Irving against Russell. And another shot. Brooklyn with the rebound. Aldridge has got 8 rebounds in this game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. James Harden, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Towns, he's checked in for Amari Spellman. And so he makes both from the line. Here is Russell. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Okogie inside the 3-point line. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
A guy with the size and skill of Towns, Kevin, really hard to stop without fouling.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Now, here is Russell. After the miss from KD. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Russell.
Boy, you look at Russell repeatedly making plays around the rim. His imagination and creativity allow him to do so.
And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And it goes down 2 points. 14 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Well, I tell you what, such a smooth, tight handle. I mean, especially for a guy with a 6'5" frame and 6'9" wingspan.
Irving passes to Griffin. Over Johnson, and Griffin with the score. The assist by Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Outside, Towns. Back to Russell. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now here's Durant. 13 points in the game. Outside Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Russell against Irving. Russell passes to Okogie. Johnson outside. Now the pass to Beasley. And it's Irving with the rebound.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Irving finds Aldridge. Now, here is Irving. D right on him. Good D by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Timberwolves. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That sets off a 5-game tour for him.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Now, here is Russell. Harden missing his last shot. On the wing, Harris. Aldridge looking for an opening. To the inside and taken away by Johnson. Harris against Russell. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Irving dishes to Griffin.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. He's coming off an excellent season. Last year averaging 24 points per, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
And the first one at the line is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Omari Spellman has come in for Towns. And a switch here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Blake Griffin hits them both. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Okogie. Lets a floater go.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Harden draws the double, lobs it up for Jordan.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Here's Okogie, guarded by Jordan, and it's blocked by Jordan. Outside Irving. Johnson with the block. They retain possession. Here's Russell. 16 points for him. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Banked in off the glass. Russell's got 18 points in the game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 18. Baseline J on the way. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 10.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Here's Okogie. 12 points for him. Passes it to Spellman. Here's Okogie, guarded by Harris. 14 feet away. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Harris passes to Harden. Irving with the ball. He's guarded by Russell. Outside Irving. Down low. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. You take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Culver's checked in for Okogie, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Russell. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. Rubio against Irving. Rubio outside. This one for 3. No good. The Nets go the other way with it.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Rubio. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. The drive by Rubio. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Here's Culver following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And the basket by Rubio.
And, you know, with all due respect, hey, that's a mistake by the defense. You want to close off the lane and force Rubio to shoot from outside.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 12 points for him. Outside for Griffin. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Misses the 3. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Minnesota. Culver. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Culver's got his first 2 points of the night.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Pass to Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one's on Johnson.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Timberwolves trail by 11. Now Culver. The pass to Johnson. 1:53 left in the third quarter of the game, and it's good. 2 points.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Dinwiddie outside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Skilled at creating off the drive. Dinwiddie's confidence and focus when he's penetrating, superb.
Stolen. One-on-one fast break. Here's Irving. Yep, it counts. Irving's got 22 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now, here's Culver. Rubio misses. 1:03 left in the third quarter. Harris passes to Dinwiddie, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Seeing Dinwiddie in attack mode, boy, that's fun to watch. Outstanding at getting to his spots and cashing in.
Kicks it to Johnson.
I see him.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
So a moment now to see the story on Kyrie Irving. Great showing for him last season. 11th in assists, 13th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he was the consummate playmaker last season. Completely unselfish, always had his head up, looking for the open man. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Nets leading by 15. Here now is Dinwiddie. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. He's off on the first. Minnesota making a switch here. Beasley's checked in, and the Nets making a change here as well. Kevin Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Back to Rubio. Pass to Beasley. From deep. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming.
Right here.
Here's Irving. Good D by Johnson. And so it's Brooklyn, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Ricky Rubio is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Towns. Then it's Culver. And it's Spellman in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Irving, good.
And guys, once Irving finds that groove, it's really just fun to watch him go to work. Just no fear, will take any shot out there on the floor.
Towns, no luck.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now, here's Rubio. Fade away. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, Towns has such a nice, smooth-looking jumper, capitalizing from the mid-range there.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Here's Irving. Rebound, Minnesota. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Rubio misses. Nets leading by 17. Dinwiddie attacking, swiped it away. Irving against Rubio. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know, guys, when you watch Rubio, he's one of the most hyped international prospects ever. Scouts were right about his ability to manage the game, though.
That free throw good from Rubio. The Nets making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. 17-point game. Count that one. Here's Rubio.
Watch for Rubio. Come get it. Come get it.
Pass to Towns. Pass to Spellman. The dish to Culver. Shot clock at 5. Beasley against Dinwiddie. They get it back. Towns. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
How about this combo, guys? Part super athlete, part contortionist. Towns continues to impress.
Okogie's checked in for Minnesota. And the Nets also making a change. Harden's checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Rubio against Irving. Rubio the pass to Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. Stolen by Rubio. And the layup's good off the glass. Rubio's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, and you know what's intriguing? Tonight, Rubio's taking on a scorer's mindset. We don't see that from him often. Really pushing the action and serving his team well.
Now, here's Aldridge. High post, KD. And that time, also a missed shot.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Aldridge. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
The steal, then right into the fast break. Towns with excellent awareness for his age. Very mature player, despite being a young buck.
Timeout called the Nets.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Ricky Rubio. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
That free throw good from Harden. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
And he makes both free throws.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
Russell left side.
And in the first half, they had some success from beyond the arc, but that hasn't been the case since halftime. That shot has dried up.
Harden, that's good.
Kevin, it doesn't really matter if you body Harden up. He's committed to scoring the basketball, and his concentration allows him to do so.
Outside, Towns.
Switch.
The shot off that time. Great D that time from Durant.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Whenever Harden sprints inside, man, I love it. Has so many ways he can finish near the basket.
Here's Towns. James Harden picking up that last basket. Towns, the pass to Okogie. Stolen by Durant.
Get on, James.
Here's Irving. Offensive rebound. Timberwolves trail by 16. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Outside Durant. Basket counts. And the Nets lead by 16.
And how about the body control by Durant? Takes the hit, but able to adjust. Yet another thing that makes him special.
Here's Okogie. Back to Beasley. Looking to get back on track here. And it's sent back by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Nets. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Durant. 19 points for James Harden.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
Now here's Towns. No good on the triple.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And Harden with the stuff.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The pass to Johnson. Here's Okogie.
Hey, yo, right here.
He dishes it to Towns. Shot clock at 3. Yep, that one goes in there. Towns has got 25 points.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Now here's Durant. It's Aldridge, high post. Rebound by Okogie. Okogie's got 4 rebounds in this game. Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Now here's Beasley to the paint and stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Nets. And that one's good. Durant. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Beasley outside. Outside, Towns. Pass to Russell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
Despite the wiry frame, taking it up strong inside, and D'Angelo will get free throws.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, D'Angelo Russell, to his credit, made the most of the move to Brooklyn. You know, he was dumped by the Lakers in 2017 in a trade to create cap space and ended up being selected to his first All-Star game in 19.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Nets leading by 16. Irving with it. Outside Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
Russell passes to Okogie. Johnson outside. Dishes it to Russell. Inside, here's Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
Now, here's Irving. Outside Durant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Culver's checked in for Johnson. First one falls for him. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Now Russell. Beasley outside. Passes it to Towns. Count it. Good. Towns has got 29.
Doesn't take a lot for Towns to catch fire. He's a confident, sweet-shooting big guy. Can score on anyone from anywhere.
Outside Irving. Back to Durant. And KD throws it down.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Russell passes to Okogie. Culver with it. 1:49 left in the game. Pass to Russell. Lets the 3 fly. Good on the 3-point shot. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, Russell is so smooth. He's got deceptive length, which allows him to get those shots off behind the arc.
Russell against Irving. Outside, KD. Last season, the NBA announcing the launch of a league in Africa, along with FIBA. Clark, what do you think of that move?
I think it's another example, Kevin, of the globalization of the game and the NBA's intentional, purposeful way of expanding and continuing to grow the game for the sake of the business of basketball, which is a game that obviously you and I love.
And Clark, we see so many foreign players come into the NBA and play well. Not just play, but play well.
Yeah, and not just Africa, although
right.
a number of players from Africa, but a number of different countries have signed on. It could make for a more exciting league.
And he makes the first. Both good from the line that time. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Brooklyn.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with this victory here tonight, they will have at least regained a little respect in this season series, finishing out the year with 1 win and 2 losses against the Timberwolves.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jordan.
You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
51 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Russell against Irving. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Russell. 31 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Harden draws the double. The pass to Irving. Launches a 3. Nice D from Russell. And the Timberwolves with possession here. And the slam dunk by Russell.
They opened the gates, and he came through. D'Angelo, quick recognition.
And here is Irving. So it's the Nets picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
Just wanted to come out here and compete, get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and, doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.